we recording? Okay, good. What's going on, you guys? New details have emerged in the Chud the Builder case. We will get into that. But is Dalton exposing the justice system in 2026 as being anti-white? We'll talk about that too. But before we do anything, I was a little bit curious about Chud the Builder's background. So I did some digging, and there's just not a whole lot of information out there. So I want to put everything into context. Dalton Levi Etherly was born in 1997 in Clarksville, Tennessee. According to what we see on Wikipedia, he went viral after he allegedly called a black woman the N-word. This apparently went viral. It was a road rage incident. I couldn't find this online, so if you have video of this or you know where it's at, can you please send me a link? Post a link in the comments or send it to me somehow. Twitter, I don't care. So what happened was he called a black couple the N-word in a road rage incident. They posted it onto, I think it was TikTok, and it got a ton of views, and it went semi-viral from what I understand. And so this caused problems with his job at his local construction company. And he ended up getting fired because of this. Ether later stated that this was the incident that motivated him to begin creating to become a live streamer. This is how Chud the Builder was born. Mainly, I can see what he's saying, but it didn't stop there. So they didn't just get him fired from his job. He did face some backlash in the local community, and Black Lives Matter actually came after him. They began stalking him. He started his own business, and that actually was unsuccessful. That also faced problems with Black Lives Matter. Dalton has come out and said, Chud the Builder has come out and said that Black Lives Matter has been gang stalking him. They contacted the church to where his son was going to get baptized, and they nixed that. He's been unable to eat at several restaurants because of what's going on, not only now, but back then. So this has been an ongoing thing. This didn't just start a couple months ago. Like, some of us, I didn't even know about this guy until like a month ago. So this has apparently been going on for a couple of years. In April of this year, I think, is when his live stream really started to take off, and that's also the same time of when he got kicked off of Kick. He was in Walmart, and he posted a clip in Walmart that went viral. He posted another video that went viral. And then we started seeing more videos of him, on a public sidewalk, interacting with people and, doing the First Amendment bit where he would ask people if they were pro First Amendment, and then he would say the N-word. And, we've all seen it. I don't need to go through it anymore. So that brings us up to this month, just a little over a week ago. Dalton, Chud, whatever you want to call him, he was going to court. He had a court date for a $3,000 credit card bill, and on his way to court, he ran across a group of guys, unbeknownst to him, that they were a part of Black Lives Matter, and they had been gang stalking him. They had made some jokes about his suit or something. he had asked about his he had said have a nice day, and actually this is actually backed up by a witness statement. There's a witness that this was all live streamed, and there was a witness that was watching on Kick, and this witness statement says it all started when Chud went to the courthouse on official business. This was the credit card debt that I was talking about. People say he was there for a civil matter. Okay, he was dressed up. He was going to court. Okay, he was live streaming his walk to court. That's what was going on. As you know, they don't know why he was there. It was over credit cards. He's just taking a stroll, talking about his interview with Harrison Smith on InfoWars, saying how it's going to be a good interview. He notices a black couple pointing at him, and he walks past them and asks them if they're having a good day and if they like his suit. Really just trying to have a conversation with them because they initiated by pointing, so he's curious to know what's up. After he asks how they're doing, the guy responds with "get out of here" or something to that effect, and Chud says, "I'm free wherever I want to be." Okay, rightfully so. He is free to wherever he wants to be. The black guy told him to leave. We see this kind of stuff all the time in 1A videos. They don't want to be filmed, so they tell you to leave, and you say, "I'm not going to leave," and then they say, "Oh, well, I'm going to call the cops if you don't leave," and then they throw up a towel or something. It depends on how far the guy wants to take it. So black dude says something else, and Chud simply walks away. Okay, well, there you have it. So instead of keeping the conversation going, Chud ended the conversation and continued to walk and just walked away. As Chud walks away, the black guy tells him he has PTSD and that he won't put with him calling him a hard R word or say that chimp out stuff to him. Okay, so here he goes. So the black guy tells him to walk away, and then as he's walking away, he says, "Don't call me this, and don't say I'm chimping out, or don't say that stuff to him," basically antagonizing him or provoking him to do it. Chud says, "Or what? You gonna start chimping out? Like, don't tell me what to do. Who are you?" And Chud is still recording, but he's walking away. That's when you can see the black guy stand up from about maybe 50 or 60 feet away from Chud. I don't know exactly how many feet, but it was quite a significant distance, and he begins to advance towards Chud. So now this guy is advancing on Chud after he told him to walk away. So he went up to him, started a conversation. They were pointing at him. I don't know if they wanted to talk. I don't know what. Chud says hi, whatever. Then they tell him to leave. So he leaves. And now they're actively going after him. This is like some weird mindfuck going on that they're trying to do. This might have been a setup. I mean, this could have been a setup. Honestly, maybe they went and looked on the government website and saw that he had a court date and they were there waiting for him. I wouldn't be surprised. This guy knew exactly who he was, and he just happened to be there at the court day that Chud was going to. That is very, very coincidental. Chud stops walking, and the black guy catches up to Chud, and now they're in each other's faces, literally inches apart. The black guy tells Chud, "Call me a hard R." And then he says, mace me. Trying to provoke Chud. And when he gets no response from Chud, you can underline that right there. When he gets no response from Chud, he punches Chud. This is a setup. I think this is a setup. He gets no response from Chud. He punches him. The camera is then knocked to the ground. Okay, so he punched him. Seconds later, you can hear 4 or 5 gunshots go off. Okay, well, okay, so Chud is obviously still alive after getting punched. Luckily, the mere fact that Chud got punched, he could have hit his head the wrong way and died. Good that didn't happen. Bad situation all around. Like, this is a bad situation all around. The guy was provoking Chud. According to this witness, he provoked Chud. Okay, anyways, I'll read the rest of this. The rest of the audio you can find online, but if you look around, but that's what I saw happen on the live stream. And then right here, the witness brings up timestamps and other information to show that he was actually watching the live stream. So, there's probably only a couple hundred people watching that actually know what happened, and everybody else has just kind of created their own narrative as to what happened. This guy, it sounds like he was there. He's a witness. I think he should go testify. I also think this was probably part of a larger setup. I don't... How are you there at 8 in the morning? Like, and this guy is there, and then you see him and you're like cracking on him, and then you're telling him to leave, and then you're attacking him. Like, what is that? So that's what happened, according to this witness, on the day that Chud was arrested. Since Chud was arrested, the other guy was taken to the hospital, but it doesn't appear like he's been charged with anything. We haven't heard any charges of felony battery, assault, anything of that nature that you would think that somebody that attacks somebody would probably get charged with. That hasn't happened yet, which is very curious. This all seems like a setup, because if this were real, this other guy would definitely be getting charged with something. And why do I say that? Because if you look at this guy right here, he is a Florida Dunkin' Donuts employee. He fatally punched a 77-year-old customer. I mean, he was only sentenced to 2 years of house arrest, but this guy right here, Corey Pujols, was ordered to complete 200 hours of community service and attend an anger management course after he punched a 77-year-old named Vonell Cook in Tampa, Florida, who allegedly said the N-word. So that's what you get if you kill somebody, but you have to use the N-word and then you'll get off. Apparently, I mean that's pretty much the precedent that's being set here. This seems like it's going on everywhere in 2026. This is not a lone incident. So now that Chud has been arrested, he went to court, as my last video showed, and he was charged with attempted murder. Not only was he charged with attempted murder, but he was given a bond of $1.25 million. Yeah. $1 million. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. And it's actually a lot of money considering the history of the county of where this crime happened. And what am I talking about? Well, since DA Robert Nash has taken over Montgomery County, not one case has exceeded $250,000 bail, and Nash has never requested no bond for any of them. The $1.25 million bond is 5 times higher than the highest murder bail of Nash's entire tenure, which only goes back to about 2022. It's also 30 times higher than the average attempted murder under Nash. And we are not going to dive deep into the other cases that Nash has charged people with, but we can do that at a later date. Why is this such a high bond? I mean, you tell me. But according to Commissioner David Shelton, it's because Chud the Builder is guilty. And what the Commissioner David Shelton of Montgomery County said about Chud the Builder on his official Facebook account: cruelty is exactly what a coward like Dalton Etherly employs. Stupid, idiotic racist. Our law enforcement did not enforce the state's hate crime laws that would have had him off the street months ago. He was already reaching for his gun before the fight started. He also called him a racist jackass. I have absolutely nothing to do with whether or not a defendant is found guilty or not. I have zero influences on the judge. Yeah, okay, buddy. So we can see who this guy is, right? We can see who this guy is. This is the day before Etherly had even found a lawyer. This guy's already saying he's guilty. Not only that, but he's basically arguing for hate speech. And he looks like he's a member of Epstein Island. So that's pretty scary. That's pretty scary. Like I said, this is probably a setup. Not gonna lie. This has all been pre-planned. Just take a second to think about that. I mean, can you believe that the county commissioner, it's kind of a powerful position, is it not? They have a little bit of sway, and if everybody's like the county commissioner, there's no way that this guy's going to get a fair trial. If they're all like this weird, anti-white guys with glasses that look like they like little kids, like there's no way he's gonna get a fair trial. I don't know. I could be wrong. So we got some new information regarding Chud's lawyer. A man by Jake Fendley has released a statement. It says, attorney, he released it on his Facebook, so let's look at that. He released a statement on his Facebook. Let's look at that. It says, I would like to take the time to address some of the hateful phone calls and emails that my office has been receiving since I've been appointed to be Mr. Etherly's attorney. So Black Lives Matter is now they're attacking Chud's attorney. So imagine going viral for saying a one word one time like 3 years ago, and then Black Lives Matter is calling your job. They're trying to get you fired, calling your family, harassing your family, the type of stuff that they say that Alex Jones did, like they're doing to him. They're like, they're probably peeing on graves. Like, who knows? I don't know. But really, the fact is that they've been gang stalking this guy for like 2 years. I'm not making excuses. I am not saying what he's doing is right or wrong. I'm calling balls and strikes. And the fact of the matter is that these guys have been gang stalking him for 2 years. And I think it's even bigger than just like, oh, some random guy was on a street corner. I don't think that just happened to happen. So his lawyer, who probably they say is good, but by reading it, he seems like he's mid. His statement says, "To be called a racist is an awful thing for me. I was raised to do the right thing if it wasn't popular. My grandfather taught high school and coached basketball during the height of racial integration in our country. The hell was that? I am proud of him for having the courage to do. Hold on. I'll be right back. Okay. I was raised to do the right thing even if it wasn't popular. My grandfather taught me blah, 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 blah. I have zealously represented clients from all walks of life, colors, and religions and affiliations. I will continue to do so. Representing a Baptist doesn't make me a Baptist. Representing a Crip doesn't make me a Crip. Anyone who assumes any one of my staff or I are racist because I am asked to represent someone whose opinions and actions are controversial is simply ridiculous. And you can read the rest of the statement at the Findley and Birch Facebook page. I'm not going to read it all. So, all of this Chud the Builder excitement has now, did you know that there is a black Chud the Builder? And this guy's a little bit different. The black Chud the Builder is a guy that goes up to white people in stores and says, "Are you racist?" He says, "Are you racist? Well, prove it by buying me like this shirt, or buy me this food, or buy me this." Like it's stupid, but you know it's what's happening. So. It's going kind of viral too. So, this is the black Chud the Builder.
Prove you're not racist and buy me this shirt right now.
Wait, I'm trying to see something. I'm trying to see something.
You racist? All right, prove it. Buy me this shirt right now. Just check. Look, it might not be that expensive. You could easily prove that you're not racist by buying me this shirt.
Will you buy me this shirt?
Am I racist? You think I'm racist? All right then. So I think you're racist. You don't wanna do it? Going once? Going twice? Racist.
What? Oh man, you're a racist if you don't buy me this shirt. Can I say that to? Can I use that one? Hey, I need a house. Buy me a house. Well, you're a racist if you don't pay my rent. Can you pay my rent? Freaking racist. Okay, well, all this is happening, and you know, what if that guy was white? Do you think that he would go to jail? Like, how long in jail would he get a $1.25 million bond if he went to jail? I don't know. In 2026, I don't know. Let's look at a couple that got 15 years in jail. And I'll show you the video of why they got 15 years in jail. Here it is right here.
here? Yeah, we'll stay here. Yeah, I don't feel safe at all. I like this.
Because there is guns.
You all on the curb. I'm trying to understand. Come on, let's slow down. They came over here.
Record that, please.
I am. I got it.
Oh, yeah.
You too.
Bye.
Have a good day. Bye. Have a good day. Bye. Have a good day. Bye. Bye. Have a good day. Yeah, we see you too, baby. We see you too, baby. See, that's a threat. That's a threat. Stop that truck. That's a threat. That's a threat. Stop that truck. That's a threat. That's a threat. No, that's a threat. You stop that truck. That's a threat. That's
A couple was sentenced to multiple years in jail. Their crime? Driving past that party with Confederate flags. In a gang. You can't be a gang. You can't be white in a gang and have those flags. It's illegal. Otherwise, they're gonna throw you in jail. You heard the black people. They don't feel safe. So I don't know. Not trying to sound racist, but the justice system in 2026 is it becoming anti-white? If a black group, gang members drove by, if this was in the other hand, and a black, a crew of black guys drove by, would they get jail time? Would they get prison time? It seems highly unlikely that they would get prison time. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you're still watching this, I don't know. But Chud the Builder, I think he's being set up. Let me know. Talk to you later.